Guiterrez spits on veterans and yells blank Americans at State of the Union, walks out to brutal surprise. By Rebecca DeCirio, Politics U.S. News. President Donald Trump delivered an epic State of the Union address with over 115 standing ovations. Even critics of the president were stunned, describing it as one of the best State of the Union addresses of all time. Yet, the Democrats sat on their hands, and one amnesty-loving representative, Luis Guiterrez, was even downright disgraceful, yelling blank Americans and spitting on our veterans killed in action. Guiterrez walked out of the State of the Union after chants of USA started, but he was met with a brutal surprise, and I really hope he was arrested in actuality, which I doubt. Illinois Democrat Representative Luis Guiterrez stormed out of President Donald Trump's first State of the Union address Tuesday night as USA chants erupted on the House floor. I say deport him for that action. Deport him to wherever he wants to go, out of this country. That's what I say. That should be his punishment. Towards the end of President Trump's speech, Guiterrez was spotted on camera getting up and exiting the chamber after Trump praised monuments across the country. As members of Congress applauded the president's comments, the Illinois Democrat rose from his seat and walked out the door yelling blank Americans, according to one report. So what does that tell you? That's treason against our country, what we stand for. He should be totally taken out of the country. I mean it. I don't care. When chants of USA rose up at the State of the Union, Democrat Luis Guiterrez was so triggered that he literally ran out shouting blank Americans. So, what was Trump saying that caused this idiot to act like an un-American fool? What fool? He's an un-American, that's all. How did he get into office? He's getting paychecks from we the American people, where he has the audacity to act like that. Well, the president was on fire, inspiring Americans across the country, saying monuments to Washington and Jefferson, to Lincoln and King memorials to the heroes of Yorktown and Saratoga, to young Americans who shed their blood on the shores of Normandy and the fields beyond. The president continued, and others who went down in the waters of the Pacific and the skies over Asia. And freedom stands tall over one more monument, this one, this capital, this living monument to the American people. A people whose heroes live not only in the past, but all around us, defending hope, pride, and the American way. Before we get to Guiterrez's walkout and his brutal surprise, let's discuss his attire. The amnesty-loving representative was wearing a hashtag #MeToo pin, a rainbow pin with I Love Dreamers, and an African cloth over one shoulder. Halfway through Trump's epic address, the camera spotted Guiterrez while Trump was talking about tax cuts. The Illinois representative was in a mad dog stare. I guess he hates Americans having more of our money in our pockets, or that the president brought Latino unemployment down to an all-time low. Luis Guiterrez not happy president brought Latino unemployment down to lowest in American history. Of course they're not happy about that. It only gets worse for the Democrats who refuse to stand for not only the national anthem and flag, but also the historic lows in unemployment for blacks, Hispanics, or any time the president mentioned God. Well, that's interesting. When Trump said monuments to Washington and Jefferson, to Lincoln and King memorials, well, okay, let's move on. The video included in the tweet below captures the moment Guiterrez takes his leave. Chant of USA causes
and freedom stands tall over one more monument. This one.
He leaves.
This capital.
Maybe he shouldn't come back to work tomorrow, right?
This is the monument to the American people.
This is the U.S., whether he likes it or not. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. What's he doing here? Get out of the country, man. Those words triggered Representative Guiterrez to employ a tactic that un-American dimwits do best. I wouldn't even go dimwits. Get him out of the country. Forget about dimwit and whatever. He doesn't belong in this country, let alone hold a position in this country where he's getting paid through us. I mean, really. He walked out like a crying baby when Trump, come on. When he's not a baby, he's evil. When Trump mentioned the blood on the shores of Normandy. Okay, Americans were on fire, giving him a brutal surprise. Old American lady tweeted, "My name is Louis Guiterrez. Last night, President Donald Trump honored our veterans and claimed the Capitol as a monument to the people. A U.S. chant broke out in the chamber. I became so triggered that I stormed out to a safe place. I hate America." Yeah. Louis Guiterrez is a disgrace to all Hispanics. He does not represent us at all, tweeted deplorable Hispanic. Absolutely. Lib Antidote tweeted, Guiterrez is a real genius. He calls real Donald Trump a racist. Gee, how do you ever come up with that one? Go look at the conditions of Chicago. Hypocritical, phony, whining, microaggress, snowflake, incompetent stooge. The other one, what we learned at the State of the Union, Pelosi's hemorrhoids flare up when she hears the words work together. Black politicians are apparently very angry that unemployment is at an all-time low in their communities, and Louis Guiterrez turns into a little snowflake when he hears USA. Let's be clear, we understand the opposing party will not stand for everything the president says, but when they refuse to stand and clap for basic American themes such as honoring the flag, honoring the military, the police, calling on God to protect us as they choose to instead sit with blank stares during imagery of our dead heroes, that is disgusting and disgraceful. But Representative Louis Guiterrez's display goes well beyond that utter disgraceful behavior. He embodies the evilness. What did I say? He's evil. That had been exposed in these rabid haters by President Donald Trump. He hates America and despises patriotic Americans. And that kind of evil comes from the depths of hell, which is where he belongs. I agree. No American, even if you identify as a liberal, should follow this current Democratic Party of imbeciles. No, evil people, and those who do have no business living in this great nation. No, they don't. You have to ship them out. To take your pick, get out of the country. President Donald Trump stood for the forgotten men and women in America last night. He brought our past and tied it with our present when he said the people dreamed this country. The people built this country. The people keep this country free. And God bless America. We hear that and know those who reject those patriotic sentiments can never be in power again. Absolutely. Forget about power. We're paying for his paycheck. Get him out of office. Get him out of the country. Forget about the office. Get him out of the country. And whoever doesn't stand for this country should be deported immediately to any country they wish to go to. Absolutely. Enough is enough with this garbage. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Let me know. Look at that face. You want him in your country? Get him out of here. You don't like it here, man. Get out of here. And take your blanket and your pins along with you and whomever you want along with you. You cannot have the benefits of this country when you're dead set against it. We've had enough of these traitors that are holding office in our country. Enough is enough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, too bad he wasn't arrested. Thank you so much for watching.